March 29, 2010, Andrew McGuire was interviewed on the radio with Gold Antitrust Action Committee board member Adrian Douglas. He went public in April 2010 with assertions of market manipulation by J.P. Morgan Chase and HSBC of the gold and silver markets, prompting a number of lawsuits, including a class action lawsuit.
McGuire argued J.P. Morgan acts as an agent for the Federal Reserve. They act to halt the rise of gold and silver against the U.S. dollar.
In an interview with CBC aired in April 2013, McGuire described how mysterious traders allegedly working with bullion banks waited for most of the major markets from Shanghai to London to be closed, then concentrated on their dealing on COMEX.
He explained how traders were trading virtual or electronic silver anonymously using algorithmic trading systems, moving in and out of the futures markets in the blink of an eye.
After Bear Stearns and their short silver positions were acquired by J.P. Morgan, manipulative events in the silver market became more frequent. McGuire decided to inform the CFTC. McGuire explained the manipulations in great detail both over phone in an hour-long interview and afterward in a series of emails with screenshots.
It's great to be back with you again, and really, it's perfect time for a catch-up. There's just so much going on under the radar in the gold and silver markets, and if you recall, I made a prediction that gold and silver would end the year strong, and I am absolutely still a firm believer that they will. Now, many people I speak to are really concerned about the downside calls being made by the usual six shills. And yes, of course, Jeff Curry comes to mind of Goldman Sachs, and he came out once again trying to call gold down to 1,000. Well, let's not forget, seasoned traders and investors don't take these cycles. As you know, we're so well conditioned to know that when Goldman Sachs makes a call of any sort, they are guaranteed to be on the other side of that trade, and that's proven to be true in all markets, time and time again. But what is really disingenuous about these kind of calls in gold and silver is that it's a blatant attempt to rob the captive producers that they are financing, and they force them into selling forward production to them at a discount. Now, these shills belong to a very small select group of bullion banks who infest the casino-like synthetic paper gold and silver markets. Now, the fundamentals, we've talked about it so many times, they're papered over with vast amounts of synthetic open interest, and with so many cash speculators willing to act as their marionettes. Now, these concentrated few banks come out of the woodwork on a virtually monthly basis, or as soon as the futures markets that these few banks control have built up a sufficiently large, concentrated position structure, whether that's long or short, and we've seen both this month. So what they're doing is this concentration is pitched against a group of uncoordinated speculators.
The United States Department of Justice's Antitrust Division and the CFTC are conducting civil and criminal probes stemming from a New York Post article concerning McGuire's allegations.
Overall, Andrew McGuire is a British commodities trader and whistleblower.
He presented evidence to United States regulators alleging that fraud had been committed and that prices in the international gold and silver markets had been manipulated.
No regulatory or legal action has been taken as a result of his accusations.